Music was of little interest to the small town I taught in after Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. However, in the first few weeks at school, I was able to grow the band program nearly sevenfold. I soon realized revitalizing the once strong student morale, as well as the culture in this impoverished and crime-riddled community, would be the most daunting task of all. See, there had not been a school band concert that featured the music programs in years. The students, although excited to perform, worried that few in the community would even come out to hear their performance. Wanting the best for my kids, I got on the phone, I made house calls and visits, and I performed at local arenas, encouraging the community to come out and support them. That night, those students performed to over 800 people in a setting much like this. The most incredible moment came when my students received standing ovations from the audience as they made their community debut. As the nearly 200-member Mighty Stallion Band walked in, I remember a principal proclaiming, "And they're still coming." The applause then grew. He continued to say, "And they're still coming," at which point the applause became thunderous. Students that had never been recognized or appreciated began to stand a little taller and walk more confidently toward the stage. Many of the students' eyes began to well up. At one point, I saw a band parent in the audience who was a known drug dealer, dressed up, standing with pride and applauding their children. At that moment, I too became moved. We had yet to even play a note, but for me, providing that opportunity for those students to experience a moment of worth and value beyond anything they had until then continues to be the proudest moment of my teaching career. While most first-year teachers are just trying to survive the first days of school, I remember finding myself in a situation I could have never imagined, trying to survive the fourth most intense Atlantic hurricane ever recorded and the most intense tropical cyclone ever observed in the Gulf of Mexico, the often forgotten storm, Hurricane Rita. You see, when Rita made landfall, it was only a few days after the start of the school year. I remember it well because we had just welcomed 2 Hurricane Katrina refugees into our band program the week prior. And now this storm was threatening to shatter the community that I call home, Louisiana's Bayou region. Having not even worked long enough to garner my first paycheck, I evacuated my family, having only a tank of gas, a few sandwiches, and $80 to our name. We were displaced for well over a month. But I do remember finding solace in words of my superintendent. I remember him saying, "We will rebuild and we will reopen." Those words resonated with me, and I've made it my mantra ever since to help rebuild my community by providing a quality music education experience to all my students. I feel as though I helped to shape Louisiana's future with music. Since those twisted sisters, Hurricane Katrina and Rita, ravaged my state, my Maplewood Middle School Band program has provided more than just band as usual. I've instituted programs that touch students but also reach outside the classroom and connect our community to the work that our kids are doing. The idea is to help keep students engaged and to keep them flourishing while keeping them off the streets and plugged into positive programs. My first year was a challenge, but my band, along with our school and our community, has been a model of recovery, showing everyone how to pull together and make things work, even despite the worst of circumstances. I employ an active, exciting, and fun style of teaching that engages students through a mixture of singing, dancing, acting, and of course, the use of their musical instruments. Lessons are presented with an element of play, coupled with respect and discipline for the arts and by the process in which it's created. My method, it's sensitive to the needs of children because I believe it helps them to learn at their own level of understanding. By employing innovative programs, I'm able to provide my students with a musical experience that's second to none. Despite our community's small size and a staff of 1, my program is one of the tops in the state. Yes, I am the only band director on staff, but I don't let that stop me from giving my students the best. My band now offers affordable after-school music tutoring to over 40 students ages 10 to 16, free instruments via Music Makers to You, small group instruction, and one-on-one tutoring through a service learning partnership with McNeese State University. I also host annual concert series such as Music with a Mission, Jazz in the Grove, Jazz in the Arts, and an annual spring concert and art show. But it doesn't stop there. My students mentor other students in music, providing concerts and demonstrations throughout the year to kids pre-K through 12th grade. We've done a lot, and music has been our vehicle to healing, understanding, and unity in the community.